Hey, Range. Say hi to the camera. I call Ranger Erectus lovicus. He needs an appropriate Latin name to give him some dignity. What type of doggy do you think Ranger is a mix of? We're all mutts, actually, in one way or another. I have no gimbal. I am a neophyte. A neophyte fighting for justice and liberty. So this is where we go. We have a couple of different routes we can take for our walk. I try to do this a few times a week and get in my couple of hundred paces of jogging. Calf tightened up a little bit as usual, but I try to walk through that. It seems I can press on through the pain and it actually dissipates after a while. You have to know how much your body can do. That's a benefit of being an athlete, a former athlete. Oh, look at that beautiful sky. I do hope this picks up in the camera. Let's get some silence for the beautiful birds singing. These are the entry to the Berkshire Mountains, which is part of the Appalachian chain. The foothills of the Berkshires. And now we'll come upon the Housatonic River. It had been greatly polluted before they stopped all different types of chemicals leaking into the water. But this is a very nice kayak and canoeing river. It meanders its way around, which time changes with every storm. And we're in a storm right now, folks, a storm for liberty. Angie, don't go too far, back up, come to mommy. Good boy, yes. That might be a ledge with nothing under it at the end. I'm not going in after you, actually I would. I used to be a lifeguard. And yes, I have saved people. There are a lot of hidden, deep stone fireplaces I've left up and down the East Coast. Places one can escape to if push comes to shove in this world. And then there will be no one left to reclaim liberty. Look at that happy dog. Ranger's spotting his territory. We don't need to take a picture of that. Oh, it's good to be alive. And breathe good air. I can't imagine what it's like struggling your last moments trying to gasp a last breath like a fish. One of my yet unpublished books is titled Life in the Tank, both an educational and philosophical tank about an enclosed universe of which I am their demigod and have a responsibility to take care of my fish. It's a fun read for any tropical enthusiast. Nature is amazing! Oh, don't you love that? I love trees like that just hanging out. And that too will add to the water. Cavemen and women looking down upon us are probably laughing at our lack of skills of survival. You should know your mushrooms, know what plants you can eat and can't eat. Feed a little to your dog first, wait a day, touch a piece to your tongue and see how it reacts. The idea is to not kill the patient. UNSUB Press had a very interesting article he wrote Check it out on his blog, UNSUB Press, a proud member of the First Amendment advocacy movement from England, UNSUB Press. There's a couple of logs. A lot of birds nest inside the clay at the water's cliffs. Look at that blue sky, the refraction, a wonderful wonder of physics, protecting us from all those photons along with our electromagnetic shield, all the things we don't see that is part of reality, forms of photons, gamma rays, those you want to stay away from, and X-rays. Not many people come this way, but Trailblazer is an off-trill kind of person. Or young ferns, edible ferns, if you come early enough, you can pick them. Puffballs are among the most edible of all mushrooms. There are very few dangerous varieties, as are many that grow off trees. Not great eating, but at least you can make a soup out of it, a soup broth. So we're going to go over a little more delicately. The idea is to reach the other end in as good or better condition than when I first went over this obstacle. I did smash all the obstacle courses when I was but a child. Isn't this great? I love the woods. Most comfortable in the woods. Just a few more minutes, we're almost there. Range, recall. Good boy, left side, set. Release, go play. Now that's a trained dog. You have to have a good recall for a dog, for his own safety and safety of others. Jump over, Ranger. Ranger understands English as a 3.5 or 4-year-old would. Sometimes he's obstinate, as they are too, and has to be reminded. That's okay. It feels good to get out, folks. Real good. Just have to learn to live as simply as possible. Like Rumi said, the 15th century Middle Eastern poet, Rumi, R-U-M-I, great poet. People have been smart for a long time. IQ's been high for hundreds of thousands of years. Since there are probably even quite a few Homo erectus who were outliers of their IQ, even though they would have had the equivalent of about an 85 IQ from today's standards, the average is 100. There were probably a few that had 120 IQ. Keep that in mind. We're all different, but we all deserve respect. You can't tell whose parents you've chosen. We all get a different mix in the soup. And those who can't take care of themselves should be taken care of in a society, in a civilization. Don't jump to conclusions all the time, please. Give people a chance to speak. They might have had a bad day. "'Tis me, Leslie, at your service." And back to the real world with Ranger. Good boy. This is one of the spots that the ferns grow, right in here. And a few other spots and some mushrooms you can often get. Nice oyster mushrooms from logs like that. Or hen's nest. Oh, look. Now that looks like it could be a little possible beaver den. Not so sure. I'll leave them where they are. They have a right to live. I usually have a little pole I set aside. I guess that's one of them. I'll grab that. Help me get down this slippery slope. Some of my other poles. Here's a good one. No, that's rotted. I'm not as limber. Hello, I fall well. You move slowly, you get hurt slowly. Wisdom from my father, you don't have to be smart to be a mover. You just have to know about leverage. That's probably not, it might have some strength. Here's a nice big one. I wouldn't use this for hiking, it's too heavy, but not bad. Keep in mind the camera's not strapped. Whoa. If I fall like riding a bicycle, I'll just get back up. I prefer to have two hands free. Whoa. More fear when you're older, folks. Height does make a difference. I'm talking about being high up. And this is our local beach ranger. Beach. Run. And this is one of our spots. And this is our sand. I gave him a new hip when I got him when he was 2. But the hip gave out a little bit, but he's still game, just doesn't swim. I spy footprints. Is that a bear? Is it a catamount mountain lion? Looks like one of his friends. That looks more like Ranger. Fresh, beaten up sand. But it could be him, I just don't think so. And garbage. Normally I'd have a little backpack to pick up a little garbage on the way. Not today. Time for listening to sounds. Life finds a way. That is a proud, happy dog. We're peers now. Go ahead. Alright, this is a good time to end stream. Be well all.